You know what always sounds relaxing before a vacation?
Hmm?
The airport, the flight, the hotel, the beach.
And then reality arrives.
Exactly. Suddenly, you're standing in a long line, holding your passport, trying to remember one very simple English sentence.
Vacation English is funny like that. At home, people feel ready. Then someone at the airport says something quickly, and suddenly the brain goes on vacation first.
That is honestly very true, and that's why today's topic is perfect.
Hey, and welcome back to the English Adventure Podcast.
Today, we're talking about vacations, travel, small English moments, and some things that happened during our last trips.
A very dangerous topic for me.
Why?
Because now I have to listen to your vacation again while I was walking around with 3 family suitcases and a screaming child behind me.
That already sounds like a different type of vacation.
It was. But before we continue, if you enjoy our podcast and want to practice more real-life English with us, feel free to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share this episode with a friend who is also learning English.
And now let's escape back into vacation mode for a little while.
Please, I need it. So, Lily, do you want to start?
Yeah, I went on vacation with my best friend a few days ago, and honestly, it was exactly what I needed.
Beach vacation?
Of course.
I knew it.
We stayed near the sea. There were little cafes everywhere, palm trees, warm evenings, music from restaurants. Everything felt very slow in the best possible way.
That already sounds relaxing.
It really was. And the first funny moment actually happened at the airport.
Already?
Yes. My friend was a little nervous because her English is not very strong yet. So before boarding started, she kept quietly practicing one sentence again and again.
Which sentence?
Excuse me, is this the right gate?
Honestly, very important sentence.
Very important. And the funny thing is, we were sitting at the wrong gate while she practiced it.
No way!
Yes. So after all that practice, we suddenly heard another city name from the speaker, and both of us slowly looked up at the same time.
That cold airport panic.
Right. That moment where your heart suddenly runs faster than your body.
Airports do that very well.
But after that, everything became much calmer. We finally got on the plane, found our seats, and then my next problem arrived.
Let me guess. Flying.
Yeah, I still don't really enjoy flying, especially takeoff.
I think many people understand that feeling.
And this flight had a little turbulence too. Nothing dangerous, but enough for me to suddenly become very interested in the safety card.
People only read that thing during turbulence.
Totally. Before that, everybody acts very confident.
And then everybody suddenly becomes an aviation expert for 5 minutes.
So true. People look out the window very seriously, like they personally need to help the plane now.
Meanwhile, I'm usually just hoping the person behind me stops kicking my seat.
That too. But after the flight, everything changed very quickly. We arrived in the evening and the air already felt warm outside the airport.
That first vacation feeling.
Yes, no jackets, no stress, no alarms, just warm air, palm trees, and people walking slowly.
That sounds very different from my vacation already.
Your family trip was not relaxing?
Oh, parts of it were relaxing. Very small parts. But traveling with family is a completely different experience.
I can imagine.
You don't walk through the airport. You migrate together like a confused group project. You don't walk through the airport. You migrate together like a confused group project. One person is hungry, one person suddenly needs the bathroom, one suitcase disappears emotionally for 10 minutes.
Emotionally?
Nobody actually lost it, but everybody started reacting like the vacation was over.
That honestly sounds very realistic.
It was, but after we arrived at the hotel, things became much calmer. The hotel was near the beach too, and when we entered the lobby, everything smelled like sunscreen and cold air conditioning.
That is such a vacation smell.
Right? And the woman at the front desk immediately asked, "Do you have a reservation?"
Very useful hotel sentence.
Yeah, and thankfully, this time the answer was yes.
Always a good start.
Exactly. Then she gave us the room cards, explained where breakfast was, and somehow every hotel employee always speaks incredibly fast.
That is so true, especially when they explain breakfast times.
Yes, suddenly you hear 7th floor, breakfast until 10, check out at 11, have a nice day.
And you just stand there smiling politely.
Hoping the important information returns later somehow.
My friend did exactly that once. The hotel receptionist asked her something, and she got nervous for a second. But then she just smiled and said, "Sorry, could you repeat that more slowly?"
Honestly, great sentence.
And the receptionist immediately became much slower and kinder.
Most people actually do.
Yeah, and I think many English learners forget that sometimes. Most people are not judging your English, they just want communication to work.
Especially in hotels. Nobody expects a perfect speech before breakfast.
And honestly, after we entered the room, my friend relaxed a lot more.
Because the stressful part was over?
Partly, but also because the room was beautiful. We opened the balcony door, heard the sea immediately, and both of us just stood there quietly for a second.
That's one of the best vacation moments.
It really is, especially after airports, lines, security checks, passports. Suddenly, you hear waves instead of announcements.
That first quiet moment always feels special somehow, like your brain finally understands. Oh, we're actually here now.
Yes, and the next morning already felt completely different too. No alarms, no rushing, just sunlight coming through the curtains.
Meanwhile, on my vacation, somebody knocked on my hotel door at 7:12 in the morning asking if we were finally awake.
Please tell me it was not you.
No, I was still emotionally asleep. Family vacations are loud, very loud. But honestly, I still liked it, especially breakfast.
Hotel breakfast really changes people.
It does. At home, I eat one piece of toast. On vacation, suddenly I need eggs, fruit, pancakes, juice, coffee, another coffee.
And somehow everybody walks around the buffet like it's a life mission.
So true. And there's always one person carrying far too many plates.
That was my friend.
I knew it.
She saw the dessert table once, and after that, there was no strategy anymore.
Honestly, understandable. Vacation desserts look dangerous.
Very dangerous. But one thing I really noticed during breakfast was this. My friend started speaking English more naturally after the second day.
Without thinking so much first?
Yeah, at the beginning, she practiced every sentence quietly before saying it. Then later, she suddenly said things like, "Can we sit outside?" Or, "Could we get two coffees?" Very naturally.
That's actually how it happens for many people. Not one huge moment, just small situations again and again.
Absolutely. And because everything around you feels exciting, your brain somehow remembers the English more easily too.
Especially near food.
Honestly, probably true. And after breakfast, we usually walked to the beach immediately.
That sounds like a strong life decision.
It was. The beach was beautiful in the morning. Very quiet, soft wind, almost empty. Only a few people swimming already.
I respect morning beach people
Why?
because I become human around 10:30. Before that, I mostly survive.
We actually tried swimming even early one morning, and the water looked warm, but it absolutely was not.
That betrayal happens every vacation.
Yeah, everybody walks into cold water pretending everything is fine.
Yes, people always say, "Ooh, nice temperature," while clearly suffering.
That is very true. But after a few minutes, it actually felt amazing. And later, we sat near a small beach cafe, ordered iced coffee, and stayed there much longer than planned.
That's another vacation thing. Time suddenly moves differently.
Yes, nobody looked stressed, nobody rushed anywhere. People just sat there, talking, eating, watching the sea.
Honestly, I think that's what many people miss in normal life sometimes.
I think so too. And even ordering simple things started feeling easier for my friend after a while. At one cafe, she walked to the counter alone and said, "Hi, can I get two iced coffees and one lemonade?"
Big moment.
Actually, yes, because a few days earlier, she was nervous about one airport question.
And now she's ordering drinks confidently near the beach.
True, small progress, but very real.
Meanwhile, my vacation looked a little different.
I was waiting for this part.
Yeah, at one point we booked a family boat tour, which sounded relaxing in theory.
And in reality?
In reality, somebody was hungry after 8 minutes.
Of course.
Then somebody else wanted sunscreen. Then another person suddenly needed the bathroom while we were already in the middle of the ocean.
That is terrible timing.
Family vacations are built on terrible timing. But honestly, without those little chaotic moments, life would probably feel a little boring sometimes. For me. And the boat trip was beautiful. The water looked incredible, the sun was starting to go down, and for one rare moment, everybody became quiet. Vacations would probably be less memorable too.
That sounds surprisingly peaceful.
It lasted around 30 seconds.
Still impressive.
Very impressive. Then suddenly, my child shouted, "I dropped my hat!" And the peaceful movie scene ended immediately.
That actually feels very realistic, though.
It was. And somehow sunscreen appeared everywhere too. On bags, on towels, on sunglasses. I think I even found sunscreen on my phone once.
Vacation sunscreen is impossible to control.
And parents always say, "Relax, we're on vacation," while carrying 6 things and walking very fast.
That contradiction is so real.
But I really loved that part too, especially in the evening. After everybody became tired, we sometimes sat near the water together, and everything finally slowed down a little.
Those are usually the moments people remember later, not the stress.
Exactly. Nobody remembers the missing towel 3 months later. People remember the sunset, the warm air, the strange little vacation conversations.
And the feeling that normal life was very far away for a while. That feeling disappears strangely fast after vacation, though.
Way too fast. One moment you hear waves, and suddenly you're back home checking emails again.
So true. And I always notice something after traveling, too.
What?
At the beginning of a trip, people often feel nervous speaking English, but near the end, many people suddenly sound much calmer.
Because they stopped trying to sound perfect?
Yes, and because they realize something important, most conversations are actually very small.
That's true. Nobody asks you to give a speech at the beach cafe.
That's a good way to say it. Sometimes you only need, "Can we sit here?" or "Could we get the bill?"
And then life continues normally.
Right, and honestly, my friend became much more relaxed after a few days. One evening, we even got a little lost looking for a restaurant.
Vacation classic.
Completely. Our phones were almost dead, it was getting darker, and every street suddenly looked the same.
That's the moment where everybody pretends they still know where they are.
Definitely. Both of us were walking confidently in the wrong direction.
Strong travel energy.
Very strong. And then my friend suddenly walked up to someone and asked, "Excuse me, do you know this restaurant?"
Big difference from the airport version of her.
Completely different. And the nice thing was, the woman answered slowly, smiled, and even showed us the direction with her hands.
Most people really do want to help.
They do. I think many English learners imagine very stressful situations in their heads, but real conversations are often much softer than expected.
Especially when people see that you're trying.
And honestly, sometimes vacations are good for more than just relaxing.
How do you mean?
You suddenly notice, oh, I can actually do more English than I thought.
That's a really nice feeling.
It is, not because everything becomes perfect, but because small situations stop feeling scary.
And then one day, you order food, ask for directions, talk to somebody briefly, and realize it felt normal.
Exactly. And I think that's one of the best parts of traveling, not only seeing new places, but also feeling a little more confident in them.
And honestly, sometimes the best vacation memories are just small moments, not perfect moments, just real ones.
Absolutely. A short conversation, a beautiful evening, finding the right restaurant after getting completely lost.
That part was very important.
Very important. And if today's episode helped you relax, practice English, or feel a little more confident, we'd really appreciate a like and a subscription.
It helps us continue the podcast and reach more English learners around the world.
And by the way, if there were any words or expressions that felt difficult today, feel free to write them in the comments.
Yeah, we'll explain some of them together in the comments too.
That could actually help other English learners as well.
And it also gives us nice ideas for future conversations and episodes.
And next time, we're talking about daily routines in English. Morning routines, sleepy mornings, coffee, busy days.
And probably my unhealthy relationship with alarms.
That definitely deserves its own episode. And if you missed our train story episode before this one, there may still be a little travel chaos waiting for you there too.
Thanks for spending some vacation time with us today.
Take care, and we'll see you in the next episode.